Hi, thanks for coming out tonight. I'm Dustin Durant. We did a little course on sailing and budgeting for owning a sailboat. Last time we talked about the basics of sailing, and some of you guys came and inquired about sailing, and I was pretty surprised. And also, some of you guys were inquiring about some of the expenses involved in owning a sailboat. So, luckily, we got a couple of them, so I got all the numbers to show you. And we can go through them and we can do a little, about halfway, we'll do a little activity where I made up. It's pretty good. And it'll show you kind of what the different expenses of owning a boat are, and maybe one day you can own a boat in the near future. So there's three different types of boats that you need to have, or there are out there. So obviously, if you like sailboat racing, you're gonna be sailing something like this: big boats, a lot of money, really fancy, really expensive, right? Pretty intense, but there's a couple. If you like competitive racing or if you're really competitive, it might be a good option for you. Good sense of teamwork. It's just like participating on a basketball team or baseball or something like that. It's the same team atmosphere. Be a little bit more family oriented. Could be a cruising sailboat like this one. My mom and dad's right there. And if you like to go cruising around, go to Catalina, go snorkeling, and go down to Mexico. And maybe that's the ticket for you. You can bring the dog with you and all that. So, good family bonding. And then there's leisure sailing. So you can go cruise around the bay with all your friends. Maybe bring a 12-pack of beers or Cokes. I don't know. It's kind of fun, and the costs are much lower when you own smaller boats. As the size goes down, the cost goes down as well. So this is kind of like the numbers around, the rough numbers. I had to round them because they're, I had the numbers, but they're too exact for this. So we kind of rounded them up, and this would be a simple budget for the racing sailboats that I showed you, the one on top there. And basically, the boats cost about $500,000 used. Obviously twice as much of that brand new. So obviously there's financing available for that, but I just kept that out of the equation just because usually if you want something that big, you probably should save up a little bit before you jump into something with such high expense. Sales. These are the cost of sales per year for a racing sailboat. $60,000. And that's only going to be about 2 or 3 sales. So, but they have about a 1 to 2 year lifespan. So if you average that over 2 years, maybe it's $60,000 around there. The slip rent in Long Beach is the length of your boat times 14. So $14. So that's about $9,000 yearly. And your crew salary for the big racing boats like that, you gotta pay probably half your crew money to go sailing with you because the boats are so fancy and nimble, and you want to win, right? So paying the pro sailors are it's about $20,000 a year to pay everybody. Maintenance for a boat like that is about $100,000. That includes hauling out in the shipyard and a guy working on the boat, keep it maintained, all the parts in order, cleaning the bottom of it because algae grows on it. And fuel, you go sailing so they don't use too much fuel, but depending on where you're sailing, sometimes you motor, sometimes you go into the dock and use the motor on. It's going to cost about $1,000 a month, or $1,000 a year. The entry fees, when you do a race, you got to pay for all the people that run the regatta. And that costs about $3,000, depending on how many races you do a year. delivery fees. For example, if you you do a race sailing from here to Hawaii, you don't usually sail back. You don't usually race back. You have a little crew of 4 or 3, depending on the size of the boat, and then they take the boat back, and we take the airplane back. So that's about a rough number of delivery fees. So $233,000 a year for that boat. Watch out. So this is a cruising boat, like that little wood one that you saw. And a lot less money, you can see. Sails are a lot cheaper. Insurance. Oh, I didn't mention before, the insurance on big boats, the racing boats, they don't really insure those that often because they're so breakable and stuff that they just lose money on it. They don't usually insure those boats. But yeah, maintenance a lot less. Like that boat, the wood boat I showed you, wood, so you gotta varnish it and you gotta keep it, tip top shape. You feel about the same size boat outfit. And then a leisure sailboat, like that little one on the bottom. Obviously the numbers are way less than any of the other ones. So, sales the last 5 years, $1,500. And now one sail on the big race boat is $20,000. So slip rent, boats way smaller, much less slip rent. Insurance, obviously a lot less. But as you see that the total number of the cost per year is almost the same cost as the boat brand or the boat when you buy it. So it's it's not necessarily a high entry fee to get into, or entry to get into the sailing business or sailing fun level, but you can see that it costs a lot per year to maintain the boat. So we're gonna. I think my assistant passed out some little worksheets, and basically what those have is it's going to be just kind of made to leave. This is kind of what I figured is you guys are probably going to be graduating in the next 2 years or whatever. So maybe take a number that you think you're going to make, and in the next 5 to 10 years, or if you don't want to, you just make it up. $1 million a year, whatever you want to make, and then the little formulas are underneath, and that should give you the relative prices of everything, and then you can see whether or not you can afford to buy a sailboat or not. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to do that. It shouldn't take you too long. You guys passed elementary school and stuff.
What's the biggest size boat?
The biggest you want.
Like a yacht? 30 stories, not 60.
330 feet.
Well, my annual family income is $10 billion. Just 14 times the length. 13 times the length of your boat times the length. Makes sense?
You guys must have chosen some hard numbers.
Did you copy your work budget number? Yeah, I did. I wasn't ridiculous. I was actually reasonable. It came out pretty close, actually.
Yeah.
I was only up about 590 bucks.
Pretty good. That's about right though.
Yeah, I was trying to be like semi-reasonable. I wasn't going like $10 billion.
It's like still calculating.
Euros.
How you guys doing? You figuring it out? You guys got 120-foot boats? Alright, so did you guys come into budget with some of yours, or did you guys go over budget, or what was some of the feedback?
I was over budget by 590 bucks.
$190, pretty close. Pretty close. Anybody else? Dude, I'm curious.
I'm like way under budget.
What happened?
I'm like way under budget.
Oh yeah? You
I'm
want
only
to
paying
$10 million a
$200,000.
year? For $10 million a year, you can do whatever you want. Alright, well, the case study, real quick. It shouldn't take very long, it shouldn't take as long as the other one. But it's basically, he has $200,000, and he wants to know if he can buy a $210,000 boat. And you got $200,000 from his mother-in-law, so you know she went down. And so basically, what you do is you're going to calculate your rough annual income and times it by 0.20, and see if you can get it. You can feel free to use $200,000 from the mama. So. You guys get that? Dude. 50,000. Alright. Oh, I want to see you guys answer. So what are some ways that you can make it cheaper for yourself? Just from just general budgeting, general business practices. Is any ideas? Well, I'll tell you guys what something. You could have maybe got a partner, right? You could split the cost of the boat into two. A lot of people do that. You know, it's hard to use your boat every weekend, so you could use it, you know, 26 weekends of the year rather than 52 weekends of the year. You kind of burn out and use it every weekend. So that's a good way to make it cheaper for you. Another way is you gotta finance the boat too. You get a loan, you pay payments on it, and that way you can keep that big chunk of money for emergencies or whatever. And you're paying probably an 8% loan or something, so somewhere in that ballpark. So you know, a lot of people don't own boats for very long. They have them for 5 years and they want to try a different type of boat. So a lot of people choose to do that too. I don't know if I recommend that as much as just paying for it, but but one thing is that boats don't hold their equity quite as well as like a house would or something like that. Alright, well thanks guys for listening to me for 14 minutes. Appreciate it. Hopefully one day you guys will be boat owners and I'll see you guys out on the water. Thank you.